Hello, Mr. Devon. My name is Rick, and I'll be doing a focused assessment for you today. It seems that you have a history of hypertension, and I want to discuss the very basic components of what that disease entails and the things that we can do to possibly prevent it and make it manageable for you. So I understand that you're a police officer, and I thank you right now for your service, for protecting us like you do. And I also want to add that, and I'm sure you're aware of this, that it's a very stressful job that you're in. And so stress management is one of your number one things you have to do. Also, you went through the police academy, and that was very arduous physically. And I'm sure that you know that they tried to instill into you that you need to exercise regularly to maintain your fitness for the job that you have. Do you not have a regular exercise program? Because having a regular exercise program is going to go a long ways to helping you to manage holistically your hypertension and to also reduce the stress that's in your life. So those are just proven things physiologically. When you exercise, you cause very different hormone balances to take place, and you change the vascularity of your heart. It's just all around a good thing to do. So I congratulate you on the fact that you quit smoking about 5 years ago, because smoking contributes to cardiovascular issues and heart issues. It's almost like one of the number one preventative things that will cause these issues. I also want to tell you that hypertension and cardiac deaths are the number one death of people in the United States. This is statistics from 2022. They don't have anything more current than that I could find. It's still number one, and I think there was like 700,000 people that died from this very disease. And it's also important for me to tell you that it's considered a silent disease. The reason is because your body tries to reach a point where it can balance itself out and work properly. It's called homeostasis. And you gradually start to adjust to the increased pressure, to the point where your body doesn't even notice that. It just seems to be the normal environment for you. Now, why is hypertension so important? There's three types of hypertension. There's essential hypertension, secondary hypertension, and then hypertension itself. Now, secondary hypertension is related to other diseases that cause a complication, such as kidney disease. There's kidney disease. And so, like, secondary hypertension can be caused by, like I said, renal disease, having hormonal imbalances, sleep apnea. If you're having a hard time sleeping, that could be a secondary hypertension cause. And then we get to what's called complex hypertension, or just hypertension in general. And that's when your blood pressure, I believe, is over 145 over 90, something in that range. It doesn't have to specifically be a certain number. It's the effect of it that's more important. What this is saying is that your hypertension is now having an effect on body organs in your system, such as your kidneys, such as your liver. Various parts of your body are now being affected by the pressure. Your eyes can be affected by that. That would be something like glaucoma, that usually goes hand in hand with diabetes. Talking about the hormonal imbalances. So that's where we're at here. That's what I want to discuss with you, and what we can do to help you with this. So I see from your history that your mother and father, they had heart disease, okay? And I want to let you know about the etiology of this, is that certain diseases seem to follow certain ethnic or race groups. And in your case, as an African American, hypertension does follow your race more than other races. So you have that you have to contend with, plus you have the family history, and there's also a pattern of family history is an indication of the future diseases that you may incur. So we have that to deal with. And plus you're in a high stress position. Again, thank you for your service though. I'm so happy that we have brave men like you that are willing to go out there and protect us. So that being said, what we need to do is talk about some other things here. Now, how do we deal with hypertension? There's the holistic side of it, and then there's the medicinal side of it. There's medications out there that will cause vasodilation, and what that does is, think of it like a water hose. The smaller the diameter of the hose, the higher the pressure is going to be. And so we basically, artificially using medication, cause your vascular system to expand. That way there's less pressure as the blood's being pumped through. Again, back to the analogy of a water hose, garden hose. You turn the water on, and if you put your finger over your thumb over the end of it, it becomes like a jet of water coming out. Otherwise, it was just flowing freely. It's the same difference. That's what this medication will do. It will cause your arteries, your blood vessels to relax, and that in turn has the effect of lowering your blood pressure. We have other medications out there that will basically slow down the rhythm of your heart. Again, having the effect of lowering your blood pressure. And then holistically, we get you on an exercise program. And then you don't have to be like trying to prepare for a marathon. Mainly, you just need to do some cardiovascular exercise, like at least three times a week. If you could do it for 30 minutes, that would be great. So if it's okay with you, I would like to listen to your heart, and also check your pulse and your oxygen level. So I'm going to go ahead and use my stethoscope, and I'm going to listen to 5 points of your heart. I'm going to listen to, maybe that'd be okay with you. I would like to do that. And what I'm doing is I'm listening for two things. They're called S1 and S2. And sometimes you may have S3 and S4. These are sounds that the heart makes when it's acting normal, and sounds that it makes when it's not acting normal. And so far I hear S1 and S2, and you have 4 chambers in your heart, and right now you have 2 chambers that work together, and that's the S1 sound, and then you have another 2 chambers that work together, and that's the S2 sound. And so far it sounds like everything's pretty good here. Again, this is, you have high blood pressure, but your heart seems to be beating normally. All right, thank you for letting me examine you, and we'll continue with some more questions. Also, I noticed that you gained 20 pounds, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but weight gain, which could put you into the pre-obesity or obesity level, where your body mass index is higher than it should be, are also contributing factors to heart disease. So when you change your diet, change your exercise routine, the things that we'll talk about, you probably will lose some weight anyway, naturally, or at least you may be able to change the composition of that weight. You may gain some muscle rather than just having body weight. So, but I'm not worried about that, again, because you're a police officer, and I know that you have to have a certain level of fitness to even do your job. So And I also know that having extra body weight in certain situations can be an advantage if you have to take down a suspect that's trying to resist you. So I'm weighing all of that in your favor. Again, though, you should try to get your body weight close to what it was probably when you were in the academy, because that was when you were in your tip-top shape in the academy. Okay, so we'll talk about these other things now. So let's concentrate on the good things that you're doing here. You quit smoking 4 years ago. You must be in fairly good physical fitness to be a police officer, because sometimes you are going to have to physically exert yourself to a possible dangerous situation. So I guess what we need to do here is just get you on a routine of working with stress, managing stress, and also exercising. Again, it doesn't have to be anything major. Just consistency is more important than actually how long you do it. It's more important that you consistently work out than if you just work out really hard one day and you don't touch it again for a couple of weeks. So that's what we're more concerned with. Now I noticed that you don't really have any preference to the diet that you have. It says here that you don't care too much about salt, fats, or carbohydrates. So um, we need to address that part of this. You will have to kind of adjust your diet, and I'm not saying that you need to change everything overnight, because it's really hard to make changes like that in your behavior and stick to it. So I always recommend do a gradual thing, or do whatever you can do that's comfortable that you think you can maintain. Because again, consistency is going to be the key to this. If you can cut back on salty snacks, if you could try to, when you're eating something that's fattening, maybe cut that in half rather than the whole portion. Carbohydrates, those, I don't know if you understand, but carbohydrates ultimately get converted to sugar. So you want to reduce carbohydrates like potatoes, pasta, pizza, that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not asking you to make a change overnight. Just to start to consider these things, start to weigh them in your head. Is it going to be worth it for me to eat this stuff, and it might kill me? Because that's basically the path you're on when you continue eating a diet that's going to contribute to heart disease. What else can I say here? Stress management. What do you like to do? Do you have any hobbies that you enjoy that take you away from your work and give you basically a psychological vacation from things? Because that's kind of what we have to do for stress management. We want to get you away from the environment that's putting stress on you and give you a leave of absence, so to speak, from that environment, so that you can just relax and just enjoy things. So I don't know that you have any certain hobbies, but if you do, you want to start trying to rotate that into your daily routine, on your days off, that kind of thing. So I hope that I've explained this to you in detail, so that you have an idea why we need to work on your heart disease that you are possibly going to have because of the hypertension. So you're 40 years old. You still have many good years that you can recover from this and live a very happy and manageable life. But it will take some changes in your eating habits, your exercise habits, how you handle stress, and just basically, your daily routine is going to have to be adjusted, though. But it doesn't have to, like I said, you don't have to drastically change everything right away. Just start working towards it. I'll give you an example that I used to drink a lot of soda, and that's full of so much sugar, more sugar than most people realize. And I decided what I was going to do is start using carbonated water and then just kind of topping it off with some of the soda. And I did that gradually, and now basically I hardly drink any soda. Maybe when I go out to eat for dinner or something like that, I have it. But that's just an example of how you don't just start over, cold turkey is the expression I'm using. Um, just change everything all overnight. Just has to be something that you can maintain on a long-term basis, not a short-term basis. So, all right. If you have any questions, please contact the office, and we'll be happy to answer any more questions you have. I'm recommending that you go see a cardiologist so that we can do more extensive testing on you. But I want to order an EKG, a chest x-ray, and we're going to get some blood work from you to determine exactly where your chemistry is in your blood. Okay? And someone will reach back out to you and explain what's going on with that. All right, if you don't have any more questions, I thank you for coming in today, and I'm sure that we can get this thing adjusted to where it's manageable for you. Thank you again. Bye.